Welcome back to Billionaire Mindset. Today, we're taking a wild ride through history to uncover the top 10 wealthiest people ever lived. And believe me, these fortunes are so massive that even Scrooge McDuck would be left in awe. So, what's the biggest pile of moolah one could ever accumulate? Well, if your guess is anywhere below $100 trillion, you're in for a shock. Today, we'll dive into the lives of some legendary moguls, whose bank accounts were so full, they practically overflowed with wealth. But before we get to the creme de la creme, let's have some fun teasing the 10th, 9th, and 8th richest individuals. Starting with number 10, William the Conqueror. Our journey begins with William the Conqueror, the first king of England. This guy was more loaded than a gold-plated rocket. With his immense wealth, he could have built a solid gold bridge from England to France, and still have some pocket change left. And where did all this treasure come from? Oh, just some clever tax collection from his Norman peasants. I mean, come on, folks, who needs more gold, right? Number 9, Osman Ali Khan. Now, let's fast forward to India, where Osman Ali Khan, the last ruler of Hyderabad, held his ground as the wealthiest Indian ever lived. Ali Khan's riches were so abundant that his country practically had a diamond mine as their national piggy bank. Number 8, Nicholas Romanov. Now we come to a charming fellow, Nicholas Romanov, also known as the last Russian emperor. This guy ruled so poorly that he practically paved the way for communism. But while his citizens ate grass and dirt, Nicholas was rolling in $300 billion like a king on a beanbag throne. Oh boy, those were some interesting characters, don't you think? But hold on to your gold-plated hats, folks, because we're just getting started. If you're curious to know about the rest of the billionaires who've walked this planet, make sure to subscribe to Billionaire Mindset. Now it's time to meet some truly iconic billionaires from the annals of history. Let's dive right in. Number 7, John D. Rockefeller. Now, if there's one thing John D. Rockefeller knew how to do, it was making some serious dough. This guy was so productive that even Santa's elves would envy him. With an estimated net worth of around $400 billion, John controlled a jaw-dropping 90% of the U.S. oil market. He made money rain like he owned the very clouds themselves. But unlike today's billionaires who keep their fortunes locked up in digital vaults, Rockefeller knew how to splash that cash. He built some of the most majestic family mansions, which are now cultural landmarks. And hey, ever heard of his bright idea to pay Winston Churchill to write his biography? Now, that's some out-of-the-box thinking, even for a billionaire. Number 6, Mansa Musa. Now, moving on to a legend from Africa, Mansa Musa. This guy's wealth was so massive that it would have made Elon Musk look like a penny pincher. Being the emperor of Mali back in the 14th century, Mansa Musa is estimated to have amassed a fortune worth $415 billion in today's money. This African ruler had so much gold he could have paved the streets with it and still had some left for bling-bling fashion. And when he embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca, he didn't just travel in style, he transformed the entire route into a dazzling display of his wealth. Talk about making an entrance, huh? Number 5, King Solomon. We can't forget King Solomon, the biblical legend himself. When it comes to wealth, he redefined the phrase fit for a king. According to the Old Testament, King Solomon received a staggering 25 tons of gold annually for almost 40 years. That's enough to build a solid gold pyramid, folks. With an estimated net worth of around $2.2 trillion in today's money, Solomon was living the ultimate luxury life. This guy had not one, not two, but 3 opulent palaces in Delhi, Agra, and Fatehpur. Imagine having a residence in 3 different cities just for the fun of it. Number 4, Augustus Caesar. And now, let's talk about the man who pretty much said, "I'll take the whole Roman Empire, thank you very much." None other than Augustus Caesar. By appointing himself as the first emperor, Augustus gained riches beyond belief, an estimated $4.6 trillion in today's money. He practically owned Egypt, and believe me, that was one heck of an asset. With an empire to call his own, Augustus built palaces, roads, and monuments, which are still the stuff of legends today. The guy had a knack for spending like a true emperor. Plus, having a personal army of 250,000 soldiers can't be cheap. But hey, when you're sitting on a fortune worth trillions, you can afford to pay the bills. If you're loving this journey through the world of billionaires, be sure to hit that subscribe. Now, we've already met some of the wealthiest figures in history, but the top 3 spots are reserved for the true titans of wealth. Get ready to be blown away. Number 3, Akbar the First. Now, If there's one guy who knew how to enjoy his riches, it was Akbar the First. He was the Mughal emperor of India and, boy, did he make it rain like a monsoon. With a net worth estimated at a whopping $21 trillion in today's money, Akbar practically had his own currency named after him. This dude had not one, not two, but three incredible palaces in Delhi, Agra, and Fatehpur. Talk about having choices when it came to picking a place to hang out. But wait, there's more. Akbar was a huge patron of the arts and spent millions on paintings, books, and music. He even tried to create his own religion. Talk about having a divine entrepreneurial spirit. Number 2, Shen Song. And now, brace yourselves for the man who pretty much controlled 1/3 of the entire global GDP, Shen Song. As the emperor of China between 1067 and 1085, Shen Song brought unprecedented prosperity to the Middle Kingdom. With a jaw-dropping net worth of around $30 trillion in today's money, Shen was practically swimming in money. China was at its most abundant during his rule, and guess who was reaping all the benefits? You got it, Shen Song, the money magnet. And with all that wealth, you'd think he'd have some insane spending habits, right? But history has kept that part of his life a bit of a mystery. Maybe he was secretly a frugal billionaire. Number 1, Genghis Khan. And finally, drumroll please. Taking the top spot as the wealthiest person to have ever lived is none other than the fearsome Genghis Khan. Now, hold on to your hats, folks, because this guy's wealth will blow your minds. Genghis Khan, the fierce Mongol conqueror, rose to power in the 12th century, and boy, did he leave a mark on the world and his bank account. With a mind-boggling net worth estimated at over $100 trillion in today's money, Genghis Khan redefined what it meant to be a wealthy ruler. But hold your horses, folks. Genghis wasn't exactly a billionaire playboy like you see in movies. He was a strategic genius who united the Mongol tribes and led one of history's most feared armies, amassing a vast empire that stretched from Asia to Europe. While his military conquests were ruthless and devastating, Genghis Khan knew how to make money moves. He controlled the Silk Road, a vast network of trade routes that facilitated commerce between East and West. Talk about having a monopoly on trade. But Genghis Khan wasn't just about accumulating wealth for himself. He redistributed his riches among his subjects, earning the loyalty of his warriors and the admiration of the people he ruled. So, while his methods might not be the most conventional, there's no denying that Genghis Khan was the ultimate game changer when it came to amassing unimaginable wealth. Well, folks, that concludes our journey through history's wealthiest individuals. From the opulence of emperors and kings to the shrewd entrepreneurs and conquerors, these titans of wealth have left an indelible mark on the world. If you enjoyed this video and want to delve into more stories of the rich and extravagant, check out our video on the top 10 most expensive yachts ever. From floating palaces to technological wonders, these yachts redefine luxury and take opulence to a whole new level. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Billionaire Mindset for more captivating content, and share this video with your fellow luxury enthusiasts. Until next time, remember, the pursuit of wealth and success knows no bounds. Stay inspired and always aim for the stars with that billionaire mindset.